Hi guys!
I'm Sitruslani
And
Panifat,
I'm Ranting Abalin.
and today we are going to discuss a case with the title The Unexpected in Leihitu. But before that, I will read the scenario. Imagine that you are guiding a group of 5 elderly Australian tourists to the Wapawe Old Mosque and Fort Amsterdam in Hilla. Suddenly, the heavy rain pours down. It's like typically Ambon weather. To make matters worse, your van gets a flat tire on the way back to the city, and there are no large repair shops nearby. The group start to panic because they have an important farewell dinner scheduled at their hotel at 7 p.m.
Yeah, so it's a pretty stressful and unexpected situation for the guy.
So, there are 3 questions that we will discuss. The first question is, which of the qualities of a guide do you need to demonstrate the most right now? I will answer that. I think the most important one is being calm.
Yeah.
Because if the guide panic, the tourist will be panicked too. And besides that, the guide needs to needs good problem solving skills because the guide have to handle the situation quickly, and then the most important one is communication because the guide have to explain about the situation to the tourists clearly.
I agree. I also think responsibility and leadership are important because the guide has to take control and to make decision in that situation. So overall, the guide should stay calm, responsible, and able to think clearly.
So now we move to the questions number 2. As the person in charge, what are your immediate responsibilities in these situations? Detail your step-by-step actions. Okay, for these questions, I think the main responsibility as the guide is to make sure the tourists safe and comfortable. And so I think the first step is to check the situations, like checking the tire and then the surroundings, and uh, and then the guide should ask the tourist to stay inside the van, especially because it's rainy heavily.
Right, and after that, the guide should explain the situation to the tourists in a calm way so they don't panic. And if possible, if possible, the guide can try to fix the tire. But if it's not possible, the guide should contact for help, like calling help, like calling the hotel or arranging another transportation.
Yes, and I think it's also important for the guide to have a backup plan, like plan B, and keep updating to the tourists so they feel safe and they feel informed. The last questions. How do you communicate the problem to the tourists without making them panic further? And what specific English phrases would you use? Okay, for the third questions about communication, I think this is very important in these situations, and the guide should speak in calm, polite, and reassuring way, especially because the tourists are already anxious, and the tone of the voice is also important. It's like not too loud and don't panic, but steady and confident. For example, the guide can start by saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, please stay calm. We are currently experiencing a small issue with the vehicle." Then the guide can reassure them by saying, "There is no need to worry. Everyone is safe. We are working on solving the problem."
Yeah, and after that, the guide should give clear instruction like, for now, please stay inside the van because it's raining heavily outside. And the guide can also manage expectation by saying, we might be a little late for dinner, but I will do my best to arrange a solution as soon as possible. And it's also important to keep updating the tourists. For example, um, like, I will keep you informed about the situation, so please don't worry. So overall, clear, calm, and positive communication is very important to reduce panic and make the tourists feel safe and comfortable.
So, guys, that is our discussion about uh, a case study with the title "The Unexpected in Leihitu." Thank you
Thank you
for
for
watching.
watching.
Bye.
Bye.